What's going on, guys? My name's Kyle, and today's video we're going to be talking about how you can find and sell products that no one else can sell on Amazon. So one of the most crucial parts of selling on Amazon as a fulfillment by Amazon seller is finding products that no one else will be able to sell, or products that other people aren't selling in non-competitive niches. Now, that can be easier said than done, and the best way to find those products is going on Jungle Scout. Now, with Jungle Scout, you've probably heard of that before. It's a product database search engine, basically looking through products that have certain criteria where you can go ahead and look to see if it meets the criteria that you want for your product that you want to sell. You know, enough sales and not a lot of competition, and then you can go ahead and start selling that product. But that kind of puts you in a box of products that you're able to sell because you're finding products that are low competition. And usually, because it's less competition, it's going to be more difficult to find products that have high sales, because with high sales comes more competition. So before I get into how exactly we're going to sell these products, we have to find the products first using Jungle Scout's web app. Now, with the web app, usually you go in here and search for products that are not competitive and also have high sales. And if you've ever done product research before, it can be very difficult to find products that meets that criteria. Not only is it because there's other Amazon sellers that are doing the same thing as you and trying to sell products, but there's a lot of niches that are just well-formed niches that people have been selling for a long period of time. And so it's harder for newer sellers to get into those niches. So when we're in the Jungle Scout web app, we can go ahead and change our criteria from the usual criteria, which would be low competition, or niches that are going to have more sales, and then we're also going to higher our threshold for the amount of reviews these products have, which correlates to the amount of competition and how concrete these players are in the Amazon search results and stuff like that. So I went ahead and chose a couple of different categories to do our search with. We're going to be looking at standard and oversized. Seller doesn't matter at all. All of that is not important. We want to look at prices that are above $10, and then our max price, let's say, is $75. And then we can go ahead and go down to the sales portion of this and find products that are selling at least, let's say, 600 sales a month. The max doesn't matter. And then we can go ahead and go into reviews. Now, usually people will say, okay, max reviews you want to go into for the top first page of sellers, we only want 2 or 3 that are going to be above 50 reviews. Now, that can be really restraining because you're not seeing a lot of the possibilities that are available. And yes, they're going to be more competitive, but using my techniques, we can get into those certain niches that are more competitive. And so when we're doing our product research, we want to find those products that other people aren't going to be finding, right? So with max reviews, we can change that from 50 all the way to 150 if we wanted to, right? So let's change that to a higher number just to kind of see what's out there. And then because it's a higher review setting, we're going to be finding more products than our competition, and therefore find products that no one else is looking for. And the reason why that's great is because it's a unique product that many people won't find. And it's not that other people realize that this possibility is there, but they don't know how to sell in those competitive markets. And that's what I'm going to get into shortly. So we can even change the sales to a higher number, even like 800, 1,000. The possibilities are very high when you up the amount for reviews. Okay, so we'll just stay like that and search. And we'll see, okay, we have 27,000 products that meet our criteria for those reviews and sales. And we can go ahead and scroll through and just see, okay, what types of products are we looking at? So like I've talked about in my other Jungle Scout videos, we're just going through looking for products that would be easily outsourceable. They're not big brand names. There's nothing that we would choose. Like these carabiners seem like a great idea, but if you are using a product like that, that could be used for like a safety purpose. So if you're hanging off of something with a carabiner, if the carabiner fails, then any injuries or problems that happen is on you as the seller. And so I try to stay away from products that are similar to that because I'm not trying to get sued for a failure in my product. Even if most of the, or almost all of the products are perfectly great, if you have one failure, then you have a lot of issues on your hand. So we're looking through, you know, paper's not good because you just get paper wherever. You know, you can find a lot of random things like wax guards. So we'll just go through and find, I mean, we could try that out. I don't even know what this is. So we can go to wax guards. I'll open that up in a new window. And so we can go ahead and search that main keyword, go ahead and look at the options that are available on Amazon. And we can go ahead and see that, you know, there's a good amount of sales for a lot of these sellers. You know, we're looking at 760, 1900, 800, 900. You know, there's probably half of these are doing over 300 and the other half is kind of low. So this isn't the best product, but it just shows the extra possibilities that you can find using a less stringent research method as far as the review count and stuff like that. So when we have the looser settings, we're able to find products such as this. And let's just say, you know, we find a product that is indeed does have these high amount of sales, and usually with the higher reviews you'll find products that have higher sales just because that's how that usually correlates. And so we would find one that has, let's say all of these are above 300, some of them have 3,000 sales a month, and you look at this and you could imagine yourself being in that top 16 on that first page and see, okay, wow, if I could be on that top first page for this keyword, then I theoretically should be making similar sales figures as these sellers are. And especially if you can improve the product and other things like that, make it more valuable. There's a ton of different things that you can do that I've also talked about in other videos, but to keep it short, you just improve your product. And if you can sell that at a similar or even a higher price sometimes and get similar sales, you could do tremendously well. Now the issue is not so much being able to get a good product. The issue is being able to get to the first page. Now there's a variety of different things that you can do to get to the first page. Some people will recommend that you do like viral launch is very popular. And the only issue with Viral Launch, which is doing giveaways basically, and you can do giveaways using a bunch of different services. I just say Viral Launch because that's the most common that I've heard of. But the issue is that, okay, we would need to give away an equal or greater amount than anyone that's on the first page. So if you're in these, you know, competitive niches that are having high sales and you're looking at, okay, this one is selling 2,000 sales a day, I want to be where they are. Well, you're going to have to give away, or not 2,000 sales a day, 2,000 sales a month, then you would need to sell or give away that many products over the course of a week. So let's say over the week, they have 2,000 a month, so let's just divide that into 4. So you would need to give away 500 units over the course of a week. And that is a ton of units to be giving away. And so I don't personally like that method. You can use it to an extent, but I think it is really damaging as far as your upfront costs because you have to put so much money into it. And then if it's not working out properly after you put all that money in, you might not be on the first page anymore. You might not even get to the first page. There's a lot of issues that could come up with using that method. Now, my preferred method that I've used in the past for competitive products is using Facebook advertising. So Facebook advertising basically is my alternative to doing giveaways. And the reason why I like that and have done that versus giveaways is because you have much more control over how much you're spending, and then you can continue to use Facebook advertising into the future. It's not just a quick push over 5 days and then hopefully it sticks, right? You can use Facebook advertising forever as long as you're selling your product. And so the reason why I think that's so great is because you can not just artificially give things away, but you're actually making sales, but you're advertising the people off of the site to get those sales. It's steady growth over time that has a better chance of lasting versus just a really quick pump of sales and then hoping that people like your product and are purchasing it and everything like that. So that's why I think Facebook advertising is so great, is because it allows you to go ahead and use a budget towards your advertising and getting those sales, and that's how you are finding people to buy your product rather than having to be on the first page. Because if you're not on the first page, people aren't going to find your product, so it can take a long time for you to get the steam or the ball rolling in order to get the first page. And so that's why you need to get sales somehow, and that's why people do giveaways. But Facebook advertising, in my opinion, is much better just because you're getting real sales that you can continue to get even once you get to the first page, and you can constantly scale that up and get more sales on top of the organic sales that you're getting from Amazon. So rather than wasting a ton of time in the Jungle Scout web app and just looking for products that meet your criteria perfectly, and oftentimes there's just not products that are gonna have 3,000 sales and 50 reviews. It's just uncommon. Those types of products really aren't out there anymore. And so you kind of have to be able to, okay, how can I adjust the way I'm looking for products and find products that are going to do well? And I think this is a great option. But then you're struggling with the ability to rank for those products because obviously they're more competitive because they're selling so much. And so that's how you do that, is you utilize the advertising and pushing people to your product pages from Facebook, which is a great way to find people that are interested in your specific product, because everyone puts a bunch of information about themselves on Facebook and they have a bunch of details about you and stuff like that. And so it enables you to target certain people that are going to be interested, and then you can go ahead and push your product and climb the rankings on Amazon in a way that isn't just giving away your products. If you did indeed like this video, go ahead and like it down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this. I also have a complete guide on how to do Facebook advertising, which I'll have a link to down below. It's the first link in the description. So if you're interested in that and learning more about Facebook advertising and how you can use that in your FBA Amazon business, go ahead and click that link down below to learn more, and I'll see you guys in the next video.